Okay, remember they're changing my voice real fast. LGBT people have treated me worse than blacks, non-Jewish Semites, Asians, Islanders, and Hispanics combined. We go back some years, back when minorities were only 32% of the population. That 5% of the population or so that's LGBT as a group have treated me worse than that 32%. And it's mostly the whites and Jewish people leading the charge of the LGBT people. It's white, Jew, and token minority. They treated me so badly over the years. Before I even started making videos, before 2009, when I started making videos, they've catfished me. They tried to molest me as a child. Okay, they did things with technologies. There were forms of sexual abuse. You know, I wasn't like held down and raped or something, but they've done despicable things. They have abused me in various ways over the years, in a way that goes far beyond any time I clash with gangs in the streets or thugs or criminals. They have been unbelievably evil toward me as a group. And then they have the nerve to complain when I complain. Over the last, especially the last 5 years or so, they have been acting up to the extreme when I complain about them. Okay? That is unacceptable. They need to behave themselves. They need to make a council of the most reasonable and the most normal LGBT people. People who aren't white supremacists, people who believe in freedom. Again, they're supposed to believe in freedom to kind of rule over the LGBT community and to check their behavior, because they're way out of line. They should be on it super tough when they start doing things like gang stalking people with white and Jewish supremacists, with the military and the government. They should be on their case. They should go out of their way to make it so that they're on their best behavior instead of their worst. And I'm 100% convinced that Satanists rule the LGBT community, perhaps more than any other community. They are very much in control of them. And they have them lashing out. They define everything. You know, I'm not gay, but, you know, they define their gay sex and their sexual habits. I don't want to talk about that too much, but it is significant. The fact that people have satanic sex, gay and straight alike, is very significant. In the gay community, it's like times 2, because the devil is gay. Now, when you think about these mass shootings, right? Some of them have been, at least one of them has been aimed at a lot of gays, like a nightclub. There's at least one of these were aimed at gays. Okay, because gays are provoking people with white and Jewish supremacists and token minorities and military personnel and police and you know, the intelligence agencies, what have you. It's the gang stalking. One of the applications of gang stalking is provoking mass shootings. The vast majority of targeted individuals do not do mass shootings. But one of the applications of it is to provoke mass shootings, because they're extremely malicious and obnoxious, and they do the types of things that people should be killed for. And they do it with the police playing stupid and the government playing stupid. What happens if they persecute you and your family, and they harass you, and they remotely sexually assault you, and they do things that are sacrilegious and insult God if you're religious? But they keep doing these things, right? Their war on terror is a war to incite people who are actually loyal to God to violence. They have a war on heterosexuality. Notice that most heterosexual people these days have gay expression, because they're canceling and persecuting people with straight expression. Even MAGA, you know, their whole right wing is gayer than hell. MAGA is like a bunch of circus homosexuals pretending to be straight people. Okay? And the gay movement is based in conservatism, right? They're conserving white culture, which in essence is Greek and Roman culture. And the Greeks and Romans were some of the gayest people that ever lived.